Story time. I got screwed over by Tgifridays. They closed their doors, lied to me about job security, forced me to work for lower wages than was legally allowed, worked off the clock, and suckered me into using a payday app that loan sharked me with so many hidden fees and high interest rates, it would make the mafia jealous of its tactics. I've always been a hard-working, dedicated employee on any job that I ever worked. Someone who puts the team first and gives them everything I have. But despite my loyalty and work ethic, they left me with nothing. They told me the closure was temporary, but the truth behind this was much, much worse. It all started on my second day of training. I was hired and told I would be training at the rate of $7.25 an hour, minimum wage for a typical employee in the state of Pennsylvania. This location was at the Oxford Valley Mall in Lower Bucks County, about a 20-minute drive north of Philly. I was hired to complete their 5 to 6 day corporate training program, but on my second day of training, 3 servers quit, and there was literally no one to take tables. So management asked me to jump in as a full-fledged server. I agreed, confident in my 20-plus years of experience. 30, 35. We're not going to talk about how much experience I have. What I didn't know, that a week later, while I was taking tables and working hard, I was told I still had to finish the online training modules. By law, I should have been paid minimum wage for that, but they kept me at the $2.83 an hour, the server's wage in Pennsylvania plus tips. So with about 8 to 10 hours of taking tables, bussing, bartending, packaging to go, and following the training modules for nearly 2 weeks, I didn't receive proper pay for any of these jobs. Yeah, and here it's always Fridays. Too bad Friday isn't payday. To make matters worse, the location didn't have a hostess, a busboy, dishwasher, and rarely had a bartender on duty. So while I was taking orders, I had to make drinks, seat guests, and bus tables, packing up online orders, which was probably the busiest part of their business. And the going rate for a to-go specialist is usually around $10 to $12 an hour, for which I was neither compensated hourly nor allowed to keep the online tips that were left for those orders. On some days, I worked for 5 hours and only made $7 in tips. In Pennsylvania, the law states that if your tips don't bring your pay up to $7.25 an hour, the company must make up the difference. I had many days where I didn't hit that threshold, and my paycheck on the app reflected that struggle. Despite putting in long hours, I often received updates of my paycheck on the app showing amounts like $190 for 2 weeks of work. However, none of it was paid to me. Worse yet, the company used a predatory payday app that drained my pay even further. Named Daily Pay and advertises getting an advance on your paycheck the first week to make ends meet. I had advanced $45, but after that, the app sucked away my paycheck with hidden fees and insane interest rates, leaving me with nothing. Not to mention that payday loans are illegal in Pennsylvania. I worked long shifts, expecting to see the money that I earned, only to realize it was vanishing into the hands of this payday service. According to the Daily Pay app, I actually owe them money. Can you believe that? I owe them money. Over the course of my 2 months there, the septic tank issue was a constant problem, and I was frequently asked to wash dishes, and I did it in ankle-deep water, completely unaware it was sewage backing up into the kitchen. These tasks, which were well outside my job description, at first were favors to help out, but quickly became commonplace and expectation. And I always complied because I wanted to support the team. I realized that the restaurant was struggling and I just wanted to do my part to help out. But little did I know how far Tgifridays would go to exploit my generous and hardworking nature. The GM called me this Tuesday morning to say that the restaurant would be closed for 2 to 3 days due to the ongoing septic tank issue. I asked her how long would it be closed for, and I got the reply of, until further notice. Hopefully Wednesday or Thursday we'll be back open. So with the promise of returning to work after the repairs, I never set foot on the grounds again. 2 days later, I texted an associate manager to inquire about the reopening. That's when I found out the truth. The closure was permanent. No one bothered to tell me. I was left hanging without a job or an explanation or a paycheck for the past 2 weeks that I worked. I worked all these hours being paid way less than what was legally required and ended up in debt to the company because of their predatory loan system. They drained me of every cent and then some. I had devoted my time and effort to the company that ultimately abandoned me without a second thought. Despite my dedication, hard work, and willingness to take on tasks outside of my roles, Tgifridays cheated me at every turn. They lied to me about the closure, misled me completely about my pay, and used the loan sharking app to rob me of what little I was earning. And in the end, they abandoned me without a word, leaving me to pick up the pieces. It's a bitter lesson learned, and one I won't forget anytime soon. This story is definitely outside my usual Norse pagan niche. It's something raw and real that happened in my life. My faith in the Norns and the threads of weird, the forces weaving our fates, gives me confidence that this brutal, short chapter has closed because there's something bigger and brighter ahead. Sometimes life throws punches to test just how savage you can be, but trust me, I'm ready for whatever's next. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole fiasco. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and if you're here for modern heathen content, smash that subscribe button. Are you ready to get back to Norse paganism? Well, check out this video here. And as always, until next time, stay fucking savage.